Hello there, fellow simmers, and welcome back to Serpent's Tail. Today we are starting our winter round by playing the Richardson household. This dude here is our current mayor in the town. But before we do that, I want to make a couple more adjustments. Remember, we created a couple of newcomers, and so far I've already moved in the carpenter household. They will be living in a bus like that, and you can see how it was built in that video. And since we have these two hanging there in the family bin, I want to move them in right now. So, our Rabbi Dreidel will be living right next to the Richardson in this little shack that was left after Vian moved in with the downhill dude. The lot is currently in fall, which is not what I want it to be in. Set season to winter, so that I don't get confused when we look at this house from the neighborhood view. As for our Lydia here, I want her to move in with one of the apartment holders. Judging by the financial state of these dudes, it should be either Cassandra Miles or our Adam Talon. I don't think it would make sense for Lydia to move in with Adam here. Miles is the one who has more problems with paying the taxes. Move in with Miles, combine households, and we're done. Now let's load the Richardsons. By the way, while we're loading, just check out what I'm speaking into. This is my thermos. Now, the very first thing that I want to do is to take out the checks that we got from our citizens the last round. Let's put all of that so that we can cash it in. Oh, all those sweet, sweet simoleons flowing into his pocket. Quite a handsome amount of money, but taking into account that he is our mayor and he has a lot of stuff to deal with, that may not be that much. To be sure that I can pay for everything in the end of the round, let's go to the chart that I'm using to keep track of everything in the household. I've tried to make it look a little bit nicer, add in some colors here and there, as well as add in this background to kind of signify what game we're playing here. Every tab is now colored. I think it looks just a little bit nicer. Some fields are now in different colors. I think it's just a little bit more convenient to look at. And what we want to see is our mayor's task tab, because in here we have this signifying that our mayor will have to pay for the water tower, as well as this tab where we have our municipal lots listed. And to give myself a little bit easier job, I decided to make a small Excel chart. Very basic stuff. We just have all our municipal lots listed, tasks as well. Then once we have some careers that our mayor is responsible for, we'll also add them in here. And starting this round, I decided that it would make more sense if the mayor would also have to pay for his own house. Because it just doesn't make much sense that he never spends a buck on that. So far, the position of mayor is pretty much OP, because his household is not paying any business tax, like ever. I will not be taking into account the money that we have in here. That can be left as is. But this sum, which is 9,000, I will round it up to 10. 1,000 more, 1,000 less. When we are playing the mayor, it doesn't make that much difference. Going back here, I will just say that it costs 10,000. What we have in here is the total sum for all the stuff that we have going on here and here. This last tab is just showing us how much we will actually have to pay in the end of the round. So, and this is just 10% of this total amount. With that in mind, that we will have to pay 7,000, at least 7,000 that is. We have 37 at the moment. What can that buy us? As you remember, we created Lydia Slate as the police officer to be. We might want to start with that. So open up a police department. And then we have our Rabbi Dreidel, who, as I imagine, is a guy who would be affiliated with the government and he would know how to run stuff like that. So we might want to start our city hall. That is it for municipal lots this round. City hall and the police department. So I will just say that it costs 10,000. The same goes here. The reason I'm making this cost 10,000, at least 10,000, is so that we can unlock then these careers. Police department opens the corresponding law enforcement career, and building a city hall opens up everything in politics career. All right, now this tells me that we have two positions open for our Sims to occupy. So that would be 37 minus 20,000. Let's see if there is anything else we can actually put in there. Oh yes, and of course I will go back to the spreadsheet and add this to the municipal lots that we will build, by the way, just in a second. Now if we zoom out, we can see that now we have to pay a total of 9,000 by the end of the round. That seems to be pretty affordable. Now, Before I forget, let me actually go back to the game and subtract the money that we have supposedly spent on building the city hall and the police department. So for that I will use this thing, alt family funds, subtract 20,000. Yep, just like that. Everything that I built with my mayor in the very beginning of the round, that is by 6 PM today, will be considered as available and active this very round. Everything that is built after that will be left for the round to come. And in our case, it's gonna be the next year. And you know what? Let's go and actually build those lots. I think I will occupy this part that we have here. Again, it's kind of close to the tavern, and since our ban is in charge of that, I think it would make sense. That is going to be our town hall. All right. And somewhere next to it, police department. I started off with a 3x2 lot, and I'm currently marking out the boundaries of the final lot we will have in the end. Later on, I'll be using lot adjuster to shrink it down to just 1x2, because I'm a huge fan of connected lots. Not only because of the aesthetics, but also because it saves a lot of space. And since we don't have that much in Serpent's Tail, every grid tile holds some value. I'm using walls with constrained floor elevation sheet to create the foundation of the building and not the basement tool, because that's the only way it will work. You cannot have foundations that close to the lot edge. And the other reason I'm using walls is that later I can then place the entrance door right on the ground level and have some stairs leading to the building itself. I'm not that skilled with the cheat, I have a lot to learn there, but with this particular build it turned out more or less okay. Though it was just some basic stuff, there wasn't much place for screwing up. Yet I managed to do it anyway. Doing things right is just not my style. Gameplay-wise, this is going to be a community lot with some offices. I would imagine my Sims involved in politics to go here to manage anything that needs managing. Unfortunately, since we are tied by the 10,000 budget, we won't be able to get to the interior. That is something that we'll have to do once I decide to spend another 20,000 on Town Hall expansion, which will also unlock the second position in politics. Other than that, eventually I'll create something like a community hall with the seats and the podium, so that the citizens would hear any town-related announcements. Also, it would be nice to add a separate room to hold wedding ceremonies. An important thing you need to keep in mind when building connected lots is that you have to decide on your roofs as well as correctly place them, because later on you will have no chance to correct them. At least not in the major way. You can still change the roof angle or the texture, but you can't make it wider or thinner, nor can you move it around. And having placed it, you also need to delete the wall piece it creates automatically. I don't remember what will happen if you don't. Probably once you shrink the lot, it'll delete the roof piece altogether, and then you'll have no other choice but to expand the lot, do everything properly, shrink the lot again, and it's just very time consuming. Though, don't quote me on that, maybe there is an easier way to fix a screw up like that. Oh, and yeah, the windows and the doors is another pain in the ass to do in lots like this. I mean, the ones that are located close to the lot edge. Sometimes they'll be pushed inside, and while you can place them back, some of them just won't. As I understand, you need to make them face the inside. That is, the green arrow must be pointing to the room and not the outside. Another thing that I personally like to do is place some doors where the lots will connect in the future. I think it adds some realism, because I imagine the Sims would use those to travel across the building as a whole. Yeah, so now I'm just doing some finishing touches on the entrance, because I want some stairs to lead to that little platform in front of the door. And this is the shell that we got so far. There of course was a couple more things to fix with the roof, but more or less the lot was ready to be shrunk. And not to waste time on loading the game twice, I decided to build the police department right away. That way I can then just shrink the lots simultaneously. To make the lots connect properly, I have to count the number of tiles from the road. In our case, it's 4 tiles. Then, like with the previous lot, I'm using walls to create the foundation. Eventually, this will just be a tiny 1x1 lot that will serve as the sheriff office. Maybe that's what I should have called it. I guess it's not a department if you only have one sim working there, right? But later, when we have more, I'll probably create a new, bigger lot to replace this one. I would also want to have a full-fledged prison connected to that, but for now, this is gonna do. Having placed the door, we can now go to the neighborhood view to see if we actually got everything right. We can just move the lot temporarily to see if it fits. And yep, it does. Perfect. After that, it's high time to go to the lot adjuster and actually shrink the lots. Unfortunately, I'm a dumbass, so I've lost the original footage when I shrunk the lots. That's why the lot sizes are already changed, but that's what I did. I just shrunk the town hall from the right and from the left, and with the police department we only had to shrink it from the right side. So the town hall has been shrunk, now we can do the rest of the building. In terms of the style, of course, I went for some wooden planks, because so far the town is just in a forest, basically, so that's what they would definitely use for stuff like that. And I really like these planks with the white corner, I think it looks nice. One thing that I wanted to do was to place that window on the attic, kind of, but I realized that if you wanted to do stuff like that, you had to start with it, because it requires using the roof slope angle cheat and not the tool. Because once you've placed the window, you cannot change the angle anymore. Maybe there's another way to do that, but with this particular build, I had to scrap this idea. Now I'm just adding some porch. For some reason, I thought that was a cool idea, and I still think it is. And after that, I also needed to change the roof texture because I just didn't like it. I went for something more dark that would look nice both from the neighborhood view and from the lot. The town hall was practically done, though it turned out to cost a little bit more than what I expected. So I will have to add those 4,000 to its overall price. With the police department, of course, we had more freedom, because it's just a smaller lot. So we managed not only to make the shell, but also work a little bit on the interior too. Even though this lot is small and there isn't much going on, I still wanted it to be distinctive. So that's why I put that octagonal thing as the entrance. So later I'll be adding some decoration to make it look even better. The walls, of course, match the ones that we had in the town hall, not to ruin that feeling of connectivity. And the overall style matches that wooden rural vibe too. The interior is extremely minimalistic, yet we do have some space even to place like a prison cell. I'm not sure who we're gonna hold in there, but it's just nice to know that if need be, we have that security here in town. And you can see that for this lot, I'm basically using this The Sims 4 conversion. Practically every piece of it, maybe there are just a couple of them that were left out, like the lights, because we have no electricity yet. But as for the rest, I used the majority of it. And I especially love this decorative piece in the shape of a badge. I think it looks so nice, even though I had to fiddle around with making it look good, because it does have some stone texture, which does not match the wooden vibe. But overall, I think it turned out okay. Whew! Now, the building part is done. Well, that was fun. Let's see what we actually got. This is the center of our town. Right here we have the bus. And the town hall we have just built will be located here. At least temporarily. I'm not sure that I like this position in here. And right next to it we have the small police department. A cozy little rural style of building. We have even this porch here so that you can step out and just have a look at your realm that you have to take care of. I have freed this space in here so that we can fit another building later on to attach to this part in here. So far we'll just have a gap like that. I have also moved the pottery store that we have in there just next to the Richardsons. Now, having that done, let's load the Richardsons once again. Our primary goal for the Richardsons is to take care of their businesses so that we get a lot more money. Let me actually temporarily put a computer so that I can see the information on the businesses that they have. Because I'm pretty sure we are close to getting next levels there. I'll delete them later on. Of course, by now we will not be able to have anything like that in the neighborhood. Oh, and our little Clint is crying out there because he just shed himself. What a little boy. Tavern is currently rank 2. And we need 4 customer loyalty stars to get to level 3. So we'll have to pay to play his tavern first to see if we actually get the 3rd cash reward. That would be another 10,000. So pretty cool, I think. As for fish and chips, let's see. Actually, it's pretty similar to that. We also have level 2, but we need 3. How many fingers of that? We have 3 customer loyalty stars to get. Oh, and our Agatha is gonna be old pretty soon. We'll have to keep in mind that. Let's now nurse Clint. Once Mart takes a bath, we will go to our beach to catch a little bit more fish, because that is the produce that we need our Agatha to cook with. So as far as I know, we don't have much at the moment, right? Oh, what is that? Was that like a check that he got from Alfred? Let's see, how much does that hold? Oh, yeah, just 100 simoleons. And yeah, nobody else has anything in their pockets. All right. First, I will have to deal with that. Haven't lost a little bit of money, but never mind. So I will use this mod that I have to transfer all the fish that our little Tom has. So transfer all the items in inventory to Agatha. All right, so 14 fish have been transferred to Agatha. And she also has a want to reach cooking level 5. Well, why the hell not? Now, our Murat takes his brother, and they are going to the beach. Let's meet the boys there. Oh no, everyone is in here. I don't want them to hang out in here because they will become friends too soon. So let me just sim type ban all for now. Yeah, can you see? Heron is just starting a fight with our Chloe right away. They need some fun, so to do that, let's go and catch some fish. Boys, just chilling. Oh, well, since this is winter, we'll also have to be careful with their temperature, because they can get cold pretty soon. But we don't want to waste any time, because, again, since this is winter, the pond will definitely get frozen later on. That must be freezing cold to be standing barefoot in that water. Can you imagine that? Oh man, oh no! If we are lucky enough, we may even get the silver reward our Tom wants to get. Yeah, that'll be fun. I'm surprised that they are not getting colder. I wonder if that's a bug, or I'm not understanding the way it works. Good job, boys. Oh, let's see how much they caught. Whoa! That is actually a lot. Yeah, especially from Murat. I mean, Tom was not that successful, but come on, he's a kid. We can be easy on him. Now, back here, our Agatha is preparing food. You want to fall in love with Agatha, because so far you haven't. Yes, while we're waiting for the boys to come back, we can work on that. Just try and make them love each other a bit more, because that's just sad. His true love has long been dead, and he's just cannot open up just yet. And what he's looking for is just some companionship rather than, I don't know, romantic love. Oh, by the way, another reason why I wanted to place the town hall first, alongside with the police department, is that remember in the last Serpent's Tail Chronicles episode, we got the scene where he got to meet his deceased wife. And she said, like, take care of your daughter and help her boyfriend to become a better man. So I imagine what Ben would do, realizing that he is a pretty old man at this point, that he will soon die, and so he needs to transfer his expertise and experience in terms of running the community. So far, the best merchant dude for that is our Johnny Green. Not only because he is kind of like a smartass, but also because he is his daughter's husband. So I think it would be pretty realistic that Ben would like to pass down his mayorship to someone of his kin. So I hope that makes some sense. Well, having built the town hall, we have also unlocked the politics career, and I imagine that we can have our Dreidel occupy that position as a secretary. Now, dudes, you can just go and spend a little time together, because why not? Kiss, hug. Can you dance? I can't see the slow dance. Why? Am I just blind, or I don't have it? Oh, we don't have music running. Yes, that's why they can't dance. Clint's birthday is only 1 day away. Oh, wow! Actually, we have a whole streak of birthdays to come. Still, no love. That is so sad. Now we are just waiting for the boys to come back. I should have put, by the way, that into her inventory. Though, that is a little bit like cheating, because it does not spoil in there. Old Clint, what is wrong with you, little boy? You can cuddle him, we can play. And then you can nurse him. Oh, that is our Johnny Green. So, why is he wearing glasses? Oh, wait, yeah. That's what he's wearing, of course. Let us greet Johnny, talk to him, I imagine they would be I don't know, discussing some town-related stuff. Maybe he can also tell him a story. Where is that? Tell a story about fame, and also tell a story about mechanics. That is like the start of him teaching our journey. Oh, and one thing I noticed is that this thing, being built out of brick, is kind of like a sore thumb in the town. Like, it does not match the whole vibe of the town at all. I think later on I will be redoing this lot a little bit so that it looks as if it's made out of wood. That would make much more sense, taking into account that we have all those trees growing around. Stuff like this, you know, built of bricks and concrete, is something that we'll have later on in the game. I like this style of building. It's just that it's not matching our current progress. And I just realized that I have not put this side bricks there. Oh man, the boys are about to come home, and once they do, you will go... Oh yeah, here they are. Ben, wake up! And walk to lot, community lot. So we are going to Ben's Tavern. We can open that up. I will also have to check on the price. Let's see. Yeah, so far I've just received 2 cash rewards. That means that we are about to get 10,000 more. Oh, our newcomer. Yes. Yes, and his wife is here too. Great. And let's see, what about Alfred? How many stars does he have? I don't think we should focus on him. I think I should consider moving this ticket thing inside, because sometimes it takes the customers a lot of time to just make up their mind to buy the ticket, and I don't want them to get cold and because of that lose some loyalty points. And look at that cash flow. So with 4 customers in here, we get another 100 per hour. So that's pretty good. That's 1,000 per 10 hours, and 10 hours is something we can easily spend in here. Somehow I miss how I got 3 stars there. Oh, you also need some social, so why don't you play too? Oh yeah, that's our VN. Not in the best shape. Not in the best shape at all. It's either her or the greens that will play next. I mean, in the next video. Ooh, you can now dazzle. Yes! Woohoo! Rank 3! Rank 3, that means we get a handsome sum of 10,000. Oh yes, look at that. Almost 29,000. Well done. I'm satisfied with this first day in here. Cool, dude. So, as for our Agatha here, the way she got with Ben was not only because he is like the most influential sim in town, but also because they got that connection on the, you know, spiritual level. She got to help him. He also was not against taking care of her and her children. So they really got that companionship going on between them. So far we just have bass with squash and a couple plates like that. All right. Oh, and I also have a lot of fish in here. Maybe, yeah, just wake up for now. Let's transfer all the fish too. Yeah, as I mentioned, so far, their mother just exploiting them. Is it exploitation and child labor? Yeah, perhaps. Make many group meals. Let's do all the bass with squash that we can. What are you doing, man, by the way? So you want to get fit? So why don't you work on that? Maybe you can do yoga. I don't imagine he'll be like someone who can do yoga. I think he'd be more of a brutal sort of a dude. So being more into sports, stuff like that. No, there's nothing wrong with yoga, actually. Maybe later on he will take his little brother either hiking or they can go jogging. But before that, yeah, let's take care of Clint. Change diaper. Taking care of a child like that is not something that Murat is very happy about, but it's not like he has a choice. I imagine his mother being, if not strict, then rather demanding. Taking into account their position, it's not like he has much choice to just be against that. Cuddle him, play a little bit. Then you can talk a little bit with your brother. Maybe talk about hobby fitness. No, not like that. Don't leave him lying there, especially in winter. It's so cool when it's snowing. I mean, I just love this. Oh, and yeah, I've messed up a little bit with the roof that we have there. So I might need to go and correct that, but for that I'll have to enlarge the lot once again to be able to replace the roof. For now, it'll just look like that. Just bear with me. Oh, Agatha, how close are you to completion? Not that close, alright. Yay! We've got some snow! The only thing that I don't like is that we have these flowers in here. Yeah, I'll have to delete them too. Oh yeah, of course. The swings are always the greatest attraction, no matter where we place them. Tom will grow up in just one day, and it's Agatha and Clint who are about to grow up. Let's blow Clint, bring Clint to cake. Murat was before that. Oh, look at that Clint! He's got some red hair. That is so cool. Red hair, but he has brown eyes. Wow. Okay, then you can blow out candles if our Agatha is not gonna do that. Oh wow! Look at that stubble. Aren't you a bit too young to have that yet? Since he got his interest in science, I think it would be suitable for him to give him a knowledge aspiration. So he likes aliens. That doesn't make much sense to me. He likes red hairs. Why not? Yeah, let it be red hairs. But as for that, let's choose. I think he would be into someone who's close to him. That'd be someone logical. Maybe he's not into someone who's fit, because maybe he's intimidated by them. And our Agatha has grown old too. Look at her now. What about our... I really love the way his face looks. Just look at that. Look at that little cutie pie. That is so cool. They are like that when they are toddlers, but once they get into teenagehood, oh man, oh man. What about his personality? So he's pretty outgoing and rather grouchy, I would say. Outgoing and playful. I think he may have got some musical interest from his father. Let's see. So does he have enthusiasm in music? No, I don't think he does. No, he does. So he's his father's son. Nice, 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 nice. Because of that, I think I will lock his want to learn nursery rhyme. So this is something that his father will teach him. Now, you just get to know your sister-in-law. He's now best friend with his mom. That sounds a little bit lame, but at the same time, pretty sweet. I just wish you got to know the rest in town too. Why do you have negative with Johnny? What did he do to you? Maybe he's a little bit jealous of Johnny being like the smartest dude in town at the moment. You know, coming out with all sorts of stuff regarding plants and how to grow them. So maybe that's why he's a little bit biased towards Johnny. But I think we can overcome that by talking to Scarlett, who'll just convince him that no, Johnny is not that bad. I was not into him that much at first too. Give him a chance. And as for Murat, you know what? Actually, let's gussy up him a little bit too. Let's give him some stash, like that. You know what? I wonder if I should cheat a little bit and add that love using the mod. Because first, it wouldn't make much sense that they are not in love yet. Like, despite that companionship that was going on, I think it does not negate the fact that they can fall in love. Yes, let's spawn the relationship manipulator. Quick relations, make loves, Agatha Richardson, mutual. Yeah, that satisfies, of course, the want. It's not cheating. No, it's not. I assure you. So let's check. Can he actually go and sleep now with her? No, he can't. Interesting, because it can be accessed like that, but he can't sleep in there. Weird. Very weird. After you're done washing him, walk to lot, community lot. And you will go with 2 of your boys. And the father will just be left here to take care of the child. Yes, let's do that. So that is what we have so far. You know what? I think I may have a better idea. Just bear with me a moment and you'll see what I have in mind. Will you look at that? I have that thing fixed, but most importantly, look what we've got here. I was not expecting to come up with this extension to the house this soon. I thought I would have like a different video with another municipal lot, but then since we need a different lot to fit our little cafe in, why don't we do it there? I mean, it makes so much sense. I decided to name it a town canteen, but I'm not sure if that really portrays what I have in mind for this little lot. Let's just save, move it to its actual place. We will build what I want to build there, and then we will actually buy that lot. So I decided to do it this way and not extend the already existing fish and chips, because this way it is much safer in terms of corruption prevention. Oh, I just love when it fits so nicely. The only thing is that you can see the walls clipping a little bit with the roof. We may be able to change that if we raise just the angle a little bit, maybe to 30. Though you can see, even with this, we have a little bit of this thing going on. So I think the smallest we can go without this going on is 32%. But we'll see. Sorry to be doing like the third speed build, but that's what we're gonna do now. The right side of this building will of course match the left one, as well as the central entrance at the town hall, because I imagine they would be made of the same materials. Unlike with the police department, I also added this door, because I imagine the Sims would want to be able to travel from the town hall in here. Because it is, after all, something like a canteen, where you can go and just grab a snack in the middle of the hard working day. But since this is the only cafe slash restaurant in the town, I also added the separate entrance for the rest of the community to come here too. If you read my initial set of rules, you may remember that in there I had cafe and restaurant be a separate type of lots. In cafe you can just sell the plates, and in a restaurant you can, well, basically run a restaurant with the waiters, the host, the cleaner, and you know the drill. Later in 1.1 I decided to just combine this into a one type of building, and this is exactly what we're gonna have here. Restaurants are the trickiest lots to run ever. I just don't know what you need to do in order to make them profitable. But I really like to have this option to run this lot as a restaurant too, if I ever need to go here with my other Sims. But playing the family itself, I think we'll just stick to selling the plates. That is the reason why I'm placing a counter here that will hold the cash register. Other than just a place for the Sims to eat, I also want to have this cozy little establishment for them to come, maybe chat, spend some time around a nice crackling fireplace, you know, to have some sort of an alternative to just spending their time in a bar. Yeah, this is where I decided that the accent color for the build will be red. I think it complements the gray and the white really nicely, though I did consider green before that. I think these railings and the counter look together just perfectly. But unfortunately later on I just realized that the counter is not usable like that. The Sims cannot actually cash out if there is a railing between them and the cashier. That was a bummer. Unfortunately we don't have that much space in order to fit a lot of tables. I just ended up placing only 2. Because of that, I don't imagine that the entire town will come here at once. Maybe later, when I expand a little bit more to the outdoors, it'll have more sense. But for now, 7 is the maximum we'll be able to hold. I really wanted to add a lot of rural decorations, maybe some pictures with nice framing and just an overall rural scenery, but it turns out I don't have that much in terms of CC that would suit that style. So in the end, I just went the minimalistic route. Only the candle lighting just tell us that all of this is happening somewhere far, far away from civilization. I also decided to spruce up the floor a little bit, so that we have at least some color variation, and really liked the way it turned out, though later in the game I will have to change that, because that little piece of railing somehow made the fireplace unusable, which is bizarre, but that's what we have. And of course, the bear. The bear, and the maiden fair. I just love that sculpture, and I think it makes a lot of sense, especially since this round we have a carpenter in town. Since we built this entire thing closer to the end, I imagined that our newcomer would be the one who carved this piece. I think it makes sense, and adds a little bit to the overall cohesiveness of the town. The final touch was to add these 2 columns, to add some support to the entrance, and eventually I had to place them on a walkthrough block too, because without it, the Sims could not go through. So here we go. This is what our cafe will look like from the outside, being like the same building with the town hall and the police department. So imagine this would be the entire town center where people will gather for a number of reasons. Now I just want to go back, sell this lot and purchase this one instead. You may be wondering if this is cheating, that we've placed a different lot and not continuing with this one. I don't think it is, because for one, we just need 3 more stars to go to the next level. That is, if I'm not mistaken, the same amount that we will have with a new business if we were to start it from scratch, which is exactly what we're doing. What I want to do is take that from sale, put that back into her inventory, I will sell this lot that we are having here. We'll just get a small amount back. I think it's pretty negligible. We'll act as if this fish and chips just slightly migrated to the north and connected with the town hall. I think it would make sense that Ben would be up for that. We don't even need to go anywhere. I can just place the cell phone here, purchase community lot. So as you can see, it costs 23,000 simoleons, which is a lot. What I hope is that we might be able to get not one, but 2 levels, starting with the new lot. Okay, here we are. Everyone is sick, of course. If we go inside, we can notice that we have the main hall with 2 tables and a Christmas tree because it is winter, right? I did not do much in terms of detailing because we are kind of tight on budget. Just the bare minimum for us to start the business. Now, of course, we will need to place a couple of mods. Our visitor and jester. I also plan to add a little outside area when we get to spring and summer, but in winter it would not make sense to do that for obvious reasons. We have a nice fireplace in here, nice little area for us to cash in everyone who's gonna buy some food from us. We can even start to run this as a restaurant too, because I've put this thing. The only thing that I did not put is a toilet. Like everywhere, I will add some tree, and we will also add 1 and 2. It'll be just there. So see, it's even more difficult. We now need twice as much stars. But once we get that, we will get 10,000 and likely we'll get even more. Look at that Christmas tree. Ah, so maybe we can already show items to Alfred. Now let's, yep. And there goes the first star. So cool. Our newcomers. So we can show items to them too. She has no money at all. How did he end up in there? So far so good, I like it. Here's our Scarlet. As far as I know, she has money. And I think I need to place something like a rug in here. Our goals changed a little bit. Now we really need to focus on this new lot to be able to get to level 2. And here we go! Level 1. But technically it's level 3, if we were to consider the previous stuff. Another star. Now we need only 5 more, so that should be pretty doable the next time we come here, which will probably be tomorrow. Oh, nice crackling sound. Will you look at that? Now everything has been restocked. I think we can close the business. I think this is not working because of this thing. But I really like the way it looked. Now this should be usable. Oh, and I also want to place this fish everywhere, so that you know what you are buying. Place that there. It was a good day 1. We accomplished a lot. Let me just check what we need. So we have a lot of bass and a lot of black catfish. We need to make some single plates, that's for sure. And we need to, of course, do stuff with the rainbow trout. At the moment, the 3 of our 5 members are sick. Our Clint is playing the thing there. Poor little father who's trying to sleep soundly in here. Ah, damn it. That is the drawback of the replacement that I tried to make. I failed to make the proper texture for when it's snowing. Well, I have a mod by Silver90 that deals with the temperature. Oh, I think I like the brass more. They have tap water. Why they wouldn't have central heating? Can you warm yourself there? Yep, you can. Just look at that. Yes. I think it helps. Oh, yes. Oh. Now, we have Lydia Slate. So you definitely need to get to know her. Ooh, now you got some Agatha-related ones. That's cool. And you want to buy a piano. I think you will. You will. It's just that we don't have any space in here so far. No, well, we can. Let's potty train our dude here. After that, I think we will feed him. And we can teach him the nursery rhyme. And can you hear that sound? Like hissing sound. Oh, I really like that little detail, you know. Adds so much to realism. Right, here they are. So, you are sleeping. You are doing nothing so far, right? Though you should be making many group meals, stuffed rainbow trout. Tom is healthy, Marat is healthy. What about our Agatha? Not yet. Being in it all outdoors is better, I gotta tell you. Let's change diaper and then teach him the nursery rhyme, just as we wanted. And you then will walk to lot, community lot with your sons. Oh no, wait, before that, let me actually sell own lot. That'll be fish and chips. So now, as you can see, we are getting back 10,000 simoleons. According to my rules, that would be cheating. That is the cash that she got from having 2 levels of business. I will subtract that amount from their household fund. Of course, she'll get the memory of getting that. Yeah, earn 10,000 simoleons. So cool of you, Agatha. But that's not a problem. Now I will just subtract that amount, 10,000. And like that, as if we never had that fish and chips lot. Oh, here's our daughter that came to visit us. We don't have time to talk to you. I'm so sorry, Esmeralda. So what about the son? Are you gonna teach him nursery rhyme? I'm still to decide whether I want to keep this name here, Town Canteen, or whether I should go back to fish and chips. We'll have to see about that. She has a want to gain level 2. I will log that want. Once again, it's Alfred. Come on. Can we get someone else? It's not like I'm against Alfred, but he's been here already. And we have a couple more Sims who don't have any stars yet. Like Johnny Green, yes! So let's show him something. Oh, cool! A bronze stocking badge for Murat. And here comes our daughter. Yes. Yeah, even though she is a grouchy sim and she can be a pain in the ass to deal with, I don't think she'll give us any trouble at her mother's business lot. Let's maybe dazzle her a couple times. Yeah! Rank 2! Let us see how much we got. Oh man, just what we got in the very beginning of the round. Yes, I like that! Shall we be optimistic about this and earn another 6 stars? Hell yeah, we are doing that! Yeah, by the time I end playing them, I really want them to be healthy, because with the diseases like that, it's just a nightmare. They will keep getting sick all the time. Look at that want. She wants her relative to get engaged. I think the closest relative that can get engaged is her daughter. So I guess we will work on that this round. Is it me or they are not buying this stuff like at all? Because so far we have that in here. Yeah, that shelf seems to be inaccessible, but I wonder why. What is in the way? Maybe it's the door. Ah, yeah, the problem may be with the door. Maybe we can place it a little bit further, like that. The plates clip just a little bit. It doesn't look that bad. Maybe they can now access this shelf. Can they? So show item to Johnny. Wait, no, he can. At least Heron can. All right, we are doing great. Do you know what this means? Sweet simoleons. We get our wind generators the next round. So cool. We even have enough money to either rebuild their house, which is a necessary thing for sure, or we can save some money either for the next round to be able to pay the maintenance cost, or we can build something else, like the hospital that we need for them to get healthy again. We have 6 more stars to go, but I don't think there is a point to that, because the rest is not that important. I mean, it would be cool to have convincing personality, but we need 4 more levels for that. So no, I don't think we need that. Instead, I think I will work a little bit on restocking everything that we have in here. And then we can play a little more with the tavern. Again, pretty much everyone is sick. When they get back, I will make them stay home so that they get well. All right, yes! He learned the nursery rhyme. Yeah, so we can log that want. Then I suggest you bathe Clint before putting him to bed. Yes, let's read a book while you are in bed. Well, I need to move that a little bit like that. Yes, first level in creativity. So cool. As far as I know, he should be able to get a couple of levels. Yes. So let's lower his needs. Right, so here you are. Ooh, you drastically need some sleep. So he wants to sing a nursery rhyme. Let's do just that. Why not? Sing nursery rhyme, and then you can teach him to talk. We don't have enough fish. Rainbow trout. Can't you make anything with rainbow trout? Then when you're done, let's just go quickly to your community lot. What I want to do is just to restock everything that we have in there, so that when we are playing the other Sims, we can buy anything that we want. Once she's finished with restocking, we can now sell everything that's in here. The fish is not that different in terms of nutrition. The only difference that we have is just the price. The cheapest one is of course bass. It just costs 18 simoleons. Then goes our, what was it, fish catfish with just 20 simoleons. And the most expensive one is of course rainbow trout. Finally, we get the second level of snow. The roads are still like that, god damn it. While we still have some time, we can just go visit his tavern. Yeah, we will not do much in here. Oh, we need 7 stars. That's unlikely to happen. Though if we did get that, I wouldn't mind. Not at all. Maybe you can join them? You know, just to get that want. Ooh! She finds Rabbi attractive. VN. Yep. Here goes that want. So he's pretty much exhausted. And we still have 4 stars to go. So no, that's not happening today. Let's go home. So at home we'll just take care of the needs of our guys. Teach our little clients something too. Like walking. Or at least going to potty. As for the dudes here, so he's reading. When you wake up, you will of course repair that. Then you will mop up the mess. And after that, I think you will go jogging. And I think at the end of the round, I will make Murat go single. He will have to move out because it's not like we have much stuff for him to do in this household. There would be much more use of him if he was living separately, because then he could start his own business, pay a full-fledged tax, which would be just overall nice thing to do. Okay. So that is it. There is one important thing left to do. That is to calculate all the taxes. Well, I mean, there is nothing to calculate actually, because we have all of that in our spreadsheet. Oh, I have not subtracted that additional 4,000. Yes, subtract additional 4,000 as if we spent it there. It just goes in advance. I just want this to be precise, that we don't have any problem in the future. So we pay 9,400 plus 4,000. 13 and 400. Subtract thousands, and then we'll have to subtract another 400. So, at the beginning of the next round, we have 56,000 simoleons. That is more than enough to build our either telephone line, which would be cool, to be able to talk to other sims, though we don't have much problem with that. They end up at our lot one way or the other. What we definitely want to place is the wind generators. Oh yeah, that opens up so much possibilities. We've had a blast of a round. So yeah, that's where we're gonna wrap up this whole episode. It was a hell lot of an adventure. So thank you very much for staying with me, guys. Stay tuned for more. Good luck and see ya.